Hello students, today we are going to start with our first chapter in microeconomics. Dear students, for plus 1 standard in economics we are having two books. One is microeconomics, another one is statistics for economics. So here we are going to start with first chapter of microeconomics. In our first chapter named Economics and Economy. Now students, economics. You are studying economics from the last 2 years. In 9th standard also you have studied economics, as well as in 10th standard also you have studied economics. Now if we talk about economics, last standard also we had done that it is a subject that we are studying. Why we are studying this subject? Because we need to know about the economic position or financial position of the country. It is not limited to that much. The economics. Economics means that is that branch of studies, that branch of study which make human being a more rational person. Rational person means, rational word means the person who is able to take well planned decisions, that decisions which are going to affect him positively. That is what we say economics. With a small amount he is going to do much better. With the small resources or with the less resources he is going to do much better. That is what we call economics. If we talk about economics, firstly let me define economics for you. Students, you have to make the notes. I would be separately sending you the notes. All those notes I am going to explain you here. First, economics. What is economics? Economics is a subject matter. This is how you have to learn. It is a subject matter because we are studying it as a subject. Economics is a subject matter. What it does? It deals with the rational management of limited resources. Rational management, intelligent management. Do it in a perfect manner. With the minimum we are getting maximum. That is what we say rational management. Rational management of limited resources. Resources are limited, that's why the need of economy arises. If we are having abundant resources, it means no need of economics. Our resources are limited. From that limited resources, we have to allocate those resources in such a manner that we are going to earn the maximum profit. So what it deals with? It deals with the rational management of limited resources in such a manner. How it is dealing? In such a manner that the social welfare is attained, that everyone should be benefited by it at an individual level and as a whole economy also. So this is what we call economics. It is a subject matter that deals with the rational management of limited resources in such a manner that it attains the social welfare. Now students, here also we have to further elaborate resources. If we talk about resources, two features of resources give rise to economics. Otherwise, no need of economics was there. First is that resources are limited. Resources are limited, as well as they are having alternative uses. Alternative uses. These two are also the features of resources. Resources are limited. In a country, the land is limited, the wealth is limited. If we talk about our own house, so we can say our salary is limited, the resources that we are having is limited. So, resources are limited. Limited resources are itself not a problem. The problem arises when they are having the alternative uses. They could be put into different uses. Here, we have to make a decision. Here the decision making arises. Suppose, let me make it clear to you with an example. Suppose you are given 100 rupees. That is your resource, that is a limited resource. You have to use that resource only. With that 100 rupees, you can purchase a book, you can purchase a video CD to see, a film. So, you have to make a decision. You can also use that 100 rupees to eat up with your friends. So, 3 alternative uses are available to you. Now, here comes the decision making or the rational use of that limited resource. You could either purchase a book, you could either purchase a CD or the film, you could either eat out with your friends. So, if you have to make a wise decision, so that decision could be purchasing a book or to eating out with your friend, whatsoever according to your priority. It is your priority which will work. So, if we say resources are limited, so your resources, that 100 rupees note, that is a limited resource to you. With that limited resource, you are having 3 alternative uses. Suppose if you are having only one use, that you can purchase a book, rest 2 uses are not there, then no need of economics. One resource, one use, you have to put it into that use only. So, no decision making was there. Decision making for the welfare arises only because of the alternative uses of those resources. Hope so. The definition of economics is clear to you. These are the features of economics. Now, the next term that we are going to define is economy. Economy in a particular area. Like if we talk about Indian economy, we usually say we do have an agricultural economy. Agricultural economy means that maximum people in our country earn their living through agriculture. If we talk about a particular area, like we are talking about Ludhiana. If we talk about the economy of Ludhiana, it is mainly industrial economy. We can say that the people in Ludhiana are earning their livelihood through industries. So, what we can say? Economy is a system prevailing in a particular area by which the people living in that particular area earns their livelihood. So, what is economy? Economy can be defined as system prevailing in a particular area by which people of that area earns their livelihood. So, it could be agricultural economy, it could be industrial economy, and it could be mixed economy, it could be socialist economy, it could be capitalist economy. We will be further discussing step by step all these topics. Now, dear students, I have told you that we are going to study microeconomics. Micro means small, at the small level, at the individual level. Next year in plus 2, you would be studying macroeconomics at the bigger level. Here, we would have to classify or we have to differentiate between the microeconomics and macroeconomics. When we study economic problems at the individual level, we are talking about ourselves, we could be talking about our society, we could be talking about our city. If we are talking at the individual level or at the smaller level, it is known as microeconomics. We are studying economic problems at the individual level. Similar, but if we study economic problems for the country as a whole, for the world as a whole, then it becomes macroeconomics. Now we are studying the whole world or we are studying the whole country. If we are studying it at the state level, it could be microeconomics. At the individual or the smaller level, it is micro, and when we study it at the whole or at the bigger level, then it is a macroeconomics. Microeconomics, general price level and output. When we talk about economics, we are talking about the goods and services produced in the country. We are talking about the GDP of the country. The price level and the output that we are going to produce, studied at the individual level. How much one factory is producing, how much one firm is producing, that we study at individual levels at the one firm level. But in macroeconomics, we are talking about the total price level or aggregate price level or output that we are producing in the economy as a whole. Here, when we talk about microeconomics, we ignore all these factors. We ignore the macroeconomics factors, or we say that macroeconomic factors are constant. They do not change. Constant means they are not changing. Macroeconomic remain constant. When we are studying macroeconomics, then we take microeconomics as a constant factor. We assume that microeconomics do not change. Students in economics, we have to follow certain assumptions that if this is there, then only that could happen. That is called the assumption. So when we are studying micro, we are assuming that macro variables are constant. When we are studying macro, then we assume that micro variables are constant. The example of microeconomics could be theory of demand and supply. How much demand is there at certain price level, how much supply is there at the individual level. But in the macroeconomics, we could be studying about the government budget of the government of India, that is economy as a whole. We could be studying aggregate demand and supply of the whole country. That could be the macroeconomic. So that is the basic introduction